Underrated. Spectate. This is a late one. It's gonna be like almost 10 until we're done.
I'm in Central Time, so I'm okay with that. That's like 9 for me.
Yeah, that's not good for me. I didn't even have time to eat dinner, which sucks. Luckily, I had quite a big lunch.
We'll find out what it is now, huh? Oh, I got some check marks. I got a
Yeah,
lot
looks
of
like
check
it's
marks
working.
now.
One more, Lit Romney. Let's go, bud.
If it's just him.
Oh, there. No, what the hell? It's freaking.
No!
It's freaking out now.
It had it.
No, I think we're good.
Good.
I don't know. It looks like we got in.
I got a black screen.
I also have a black screen. But
Oh, there we go.
yeah, all right. Did we make it? I think we made it. Welcome to your first commentary run, JFD.
Thank you. I think I got to be the curse, apparently, huh?
Yeah, I don't know. It's not off to the greatest start. I wouldn't be too thrilled, but here we go. I think we're actually going to get going. It looks like guys are putting tires on. Like, all right, let's roll. Good call, rebooting the systems. Maybe someone's system just wasn't linked up for some reason. But welcome, everyone. This is Zenith Online Racing. We are live, and it looks like we are going to do some racing finally after the 4th round, trying to get this lobby running. Finally got it going, and the cars are heading out. Music to our ears. Lacuna, the first one out. Don't cross that line. Alright. Who else do we have heading out? One of the Mercedes drivers. It would be Scabney. We also have a Renault out on track. It's hard to tell sometimes when the lighting is like this.
Yep, I think we got a Renault out
Yep.
there. I think it's Chicken.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's got a theme tonight. I noticed his party had a theme similar to the levels of spice he was referring to in the Discord. So, something on his mind tonight.
Yep.
If you see Chicken ghosting in the middle of the race, there might be an explanation for all the poop themes. Anyways.
And just like Monday night, looks like a whole bunch of interesting strategies with the tires. Some on the softs right away, some on the mediums, and we got to select a few on the hards as well.
Yeah, some of these guys going out on hards, like Ryan, is trying to get things warmed up. He's just filling in tonight, so probably just gonna do a couple warm-up laps before he does his glory run. I guess Lacuna's our first hot lap, maybe?
Yep, that's who I've got on the first hot lap, absolutely.
He is. Runs a bit wide. He invalidates his lap, so we will move on to Electric Chicken. That was short-lived. Electric Chicken on his first run, and he keeps it tidy on the first turn there, so let's ride with Chicken and see how he does for the rest of the lap here. That's pretty much the worst place as far as track limits go. It's pretty hard to cut the other parts. Maybe in the third sector you can run wide. Good thing for that. On that fast right-hander, you can run wide on the left.
Yep. Very easy to get it there. And also turn 8 into that left-hander just before the stadium section.
Yeah.
Easy to cut that one.
Very easy, yes.
Yep, I think Chicken's coming up to it right now.
That left-hander?
Yep.
Yeah. I don't really find that one too troubling, but I can see how you can cut it. Maybe in a race more easy because maybe you're looking for room down the inside, and if you're forced off
if you're trying to get every advantage you can get, it's sometimes you just cut it just a touch short.
Yeah. Ryan is
Chicken's
out.
A little impeded there by Pace Dogs.
Oh yeah, Chicken got held up big time. Pace Dogs did not see Chicken, and Chicken head straight into the pits. He must be fuming. That must have been frustrating. But Ryan lost it just where we'd expect him to. Well, not necessarily him, but yeah, he's out on the wall there. Arrow just moving through that sector now. But yeah, Ryan binned it, so I guess he's starting at the back. The hard tires, though, yeah, just very tricky through that first part of the.
Yep, especially that first lap. If you don't have them up to temperature yet, you really got to be careful how hard you're pushing them.
I forgot to check the stream. Got to make sure your volume's good. All that frustration, I forgot to do all my checks. Let's get the thing up. I'm just riding on board with Arrow if you want to take these guys through the rest of the lap here. Kind of
yeah,
give your
no
thoughts
problem.
on it.
Who's, let's see, where's Arrow at? He's on the softs right now. He's about to enter Sector 3. We'll see where he's at here now. Heading into the stadium section. Nice and tidy through there. Then the final double corners to the right. I think it's 15 and 16. Using the curves as he can. DRS. You see he's out of DRS. Nice lap, 1:12.0.
Yeah, Arrow goes fastest there. The sound is good. Puff says it's good. I checked it myself. Sounds great. So people can hear you. You're officially a commentator.
Excellent.
How does it feel?
I'll do my best to try and give him as much insight as I can.
Yeah. Are you leading
so it
the
definitely looks like
Are you
Arrow
leading
and
the
Terminal
championship
probably
in Tier 1?
Yep, I believe I am at the time.
Oh, well then. Forgot to mention that. Just get a little bit of salt in for Puff there. Every time we get a different commentator and we got to figure out who's their closest rival and rub a little salt in the wounds, I suppose.
Yep.
Harry just picks on Fuzz when he's here.
Those two got a good thing going for whatever reason, but yeah, Puff and I have been pretty close since I think back in week 5 or 6 in China or somewhere back in there. We've been pretty neck and neck, and I was pretty fortunate in Germany this past Monday, whereas I think Puff was the opposite and had some bad luck, and it just kept compounding through the race.
Yeah, Axton there was held up behind Soy Loco getting put in the pits. Classic Red Bull. Only spent the budget on one garage team, so if you show up at the same time, why use waiting?
The worst is when somebody's trying to get out to fit in a lap at the end of the session. They got to wait for the guy to get put in the pits. That could be a time crunch sometimes.
Yeah, me and Puff are really good at coordinating that. We make sure we don't trip over each other in the pits at every qualifying. That's something you definitely need to do. Pace Dog's sitting in last currently with 15.6, so he's just moved over to the Fanatec wheel. Obviously one of the best wheels on the market, but Pace Dog's been driving... was it pad? I guess he was on a pad, eh? I'm not sure. I think he was on a pad, but obviously adjusting to the wheel right now, so sitting way down the order.
I'm almost positive Pace Dogs was on a pad before this, so it's obviously there's going to be a little transition period, but the biggest thing is getting him comfortable with that.
It's Eric on a lap right now. Looks like he's approaching some traffic as well, but that car gets out of the way nicely. Good shot from the camera there.
Big Chicken was slow on that lap and starting another hot lap on this set of softs. Ooh, he goes around and Chicken's out.
No way!
I was riding on board. Yep.
Oh my, how frustrating must that be for Chicken? His first lap. Oh, here comes GP, just right past Chicken's stricken car. That must be infuriating. Chicken's first lap.
And that's that turn 1. He had got a slow lap in, but he was very slow at the end, and he was just about to start another hot lap. And
so maybe
right
those
after
tires...
turn 1, it caught a bunch of people on Monday, and it catches another victim here.
2 tonight already. But what I just want to point out is that you were saying a slow lap. Maybe his tires were just not quite up to temperature as he was trying to conserve them. And
or
just
might have just had a real bad corner. Just wanted to, let's try again while we're out here. Had enough fuel for it. And
someone else off through turn 1 as well. It looks like a Mercedes. Yellow flags there. It must be Scavney because he's the only one on track at the moment. But I'm just on board with GP Colin now. He's moving through the final sector. I'm following him for most of his lap. Let's see what kind of time GP can put on the board. He's sitting 15th currently. He doesn't have the time yet. It's 12.5 for GP, so he puts himself in the mix. It's a good lap.
Solid time, but he's got some room for improvement on that. Plenty of time left to get another shot at it.
Yeah, no, definitely. Especially on the softs. If you're on the softs already, you easily find some more time as the track improves. It's looking a little gray. I don't know if it's going to rain during qualifying. It might. I could see it raining any moment, really. It's pretty overcast, it would seem. Is that a drop of
It
rain?
is tier 2, so it usually does rain, doesn't it?
It looked like there was a speck on the lens here on the TV pod for Scavney, but I don't see it falling anywhere. Anyways, let's try to find
more soft runners than I expected out there. I thought there would be a few more medium runners, but I'm seeing a lot of soft tires out there right now.
Here comes Terminal Deity. Oh, there goes Hans! He spun! Terminal Deity was following Hans, and his teammate spun up the road ahead of him there. So Terminal Deity's got a 12.4 at the moment. Looks like he's on his second run on these softs. Let's see what he can do. That's a pretty good lap. Terminal Deity, oh, there you go, looks like. Someone went slow, I think.
I'm going to ride on board with Coxie here. He's starting a lap with the mediums here. I want to see what he ends up doing.
Yeah, let's keep an eye on that. I'll jump to him once Terminal finishes his lap. Terminal, though, ran the 24-hour charity race, did quite a few of the races for us in the Williams as well. So,
Air with a 1:11.5.
Yeah, it's a good
improving
lap
on his previous time. Very good lap.
Half a second up. Soy Loco with a 1:12.1. That's a good lap from Soy. Comes Terminal, though. Oh, Hans binned it? Or did he just park it? Oh, it looks like he did bin it. Hans is out, and he's like on the track out. His Terminal improves, shaves a few tenths off his time. We got a Renault.
Oh no, that's going to impede Cox.
Oh! Cox goes straight through. The ball's on him. Oh, man.
Jinnert retired too. A lot of retirements in this qualification session. A little bit of a cut there from Cox.
Yeah,
a
I think
little
Jinnert
wide in the final corner.
I think he
What's
got
the
away with
medium
it.
time's going to be here? 1:13.3. I think there's definitely some improvement for Coxie in that, just based on how that Sector 3 ended up. I think he could do a little better than that.
Yeah, for sure. I think he was probably definitely thrown off by that car as well.
That would have thrown me off for sure, absolutely.
Yeah. You're just not, you're not even sure you're going to make it through, but yeah, terrible place for Hans to crash, like right on the entry. Like he must have just snapped it off the curb or something, trying to exit.
Maybe tried to take advantage, maybe a little wide and hit that wall. I mean, that's easily done if you're not paying attention enough.
That's true, actually. You do forget that wall kind of juts in a bit. If you do go wide to try to swing it there, you will end up in the wall. So Coxie's lap is done. Let's find.
Yep. Axon's finishing up his lap. Mario just gets out of the way. Nice job. Nice last corner. He's on the gas. Axon up to second, 1:11.8.
Edges out his teammate and doesn't quite get aero though. So Axon definitely gonna have time for another run. Just a short lap here. All these guys will have plenty of time for another run. Who's behind here? Soy on an out lap. We've got Okuna on an out lap as well.
I think Bobby Tava might be on a flying lap. Nope, he turned it down. He's down at 0. I don't think anybody's really on a flying lap right now. I think they're all getting set up for their last runs here.
Dove 49ers moving through Sector 3 right now. Oh, almost onto the gravel there.
Yep, Dove 49ers is just starting a lap here.
That's an awful camera. I think it's a bad time to switch that. Really late on the downshifts there. Seems like I'm getting some lag from Dove.
Yeah, I'm seeing that as well too.
This doesn't look great. What else do we have? GP. GP on a flyer? He is. Let's stick with GP then. I think he's all we got really at the moment. Or at least the furthest up the road. Yeah, this dog lagging all over the place. So, let's take all this stuff off. Let's just ride with GP for the rest of this lap. Let's not worry about all the other times for now. Let's see what GP Colin can do. Looking fast through these final couple turns. And a 112.1 from GP, so he puts himself into third. That's a good spot. Mario making sure he's out of the way there. Good stuff from Mario. Here comes Soy Loco. So
He might have time for another run if GP gets back in there, but he'd have to make it quick.
GP, you say? Might have time?
Yeah, if he did that, though, he'd be compromising his tires if that's the tire he starts on. That's the one downfall of that.
Yeah, that's true. I think he's
I think most people are. Yeah, I think most people are going to be getting set up for their final runs here. Probably leaving in the 215 to 245 area would be my guess.
Yeah, the thing is with him in fourth is he'll likely be getting edged out by a couple of the drivers behind. I would say those guys very likely to improve just behind, so GP definitely needs to probably give another run a shot. It's going to be a mad rush. I don't think he's got time.
Yeah, it'd have to be, I mean, he'd have to get in and get out right away if GP wanted to.
Yeah, I don't think he can. In my opinion, I think it's too late. By the time the car gets put in and they actually put him away, it's going to be over. So Pace Dogs looks like he's really up on his previous lap, which has got him in 14th at the moment, but he needs a lot of time to improve, so runs very wide.
I think he might have some wing damage. He was a little wide there.
13.5 for Pace, so he improves. He's got ahead of Mario there, but not much. He just seems to be struggling. It looks like the car just not rotating the way he needs it to or something.
I think he might have had some wing damage if that was Pace Dogs.
Yeah, oh sorry, I didn't notice if he had it. Yeah, that would explain why the
getting going here. He's down the main stretch. Get some DRS from Pace Dogs, some slipstream, and head into the hairpin as we speak.
Oh, Mario! Or did he just... Nope, Mario did. He did it.
That's off of turn 10. That's kind of the same place. Hans might have lost it as well, too.
Yeah, he did it at the beginning of the straight, though. And, there he is. He did it at the beginning of the straight, though, rather than Hans. I think Hans did catch that wall, because you can see there the line is right up against it. And if you try to go over the line a little bit to cheat, you're going to end up in the wall. But Scabney, like you mentioned, on a lap, he's coming through sector 3.
Finish up.
Who's behind him, do you know? He's got the terminal.
Improves slightly, about a half a second, but only one spot in the standings.
Terminal just started his hot lap. Bobby gets his on the board. He's got time for another if he's got the fuel. No, he's just going to turn it down. He's in 9th. The 112.6 for Bobby. What do we have?
Yep, I'm on board with Axton right now. He's heading into turn 8.
So it's going to be Axton, Terminal, and then both Toro Rossos. It looks like Arrow might be trying to give a tow to Wolfsburg. No, I guess, I don't know, maybe not. Oh, he spins, yeah.
Yep, final 2 corners. Hopefully he's not in the way of anybody there.
No, he's no one near him, so he's got plenty of time, but that was funny. Hey, you can't do that, Axton. Smashing signs because you're upset. Let's get to Terminal. Terminal gets a 112.1, so he improves. Scavney will be heading in the pits. It looks like he's heading into the pits as well. It's Wolfsburg. He looks like he's up. Wolfsburg into 10th, so both Toro Rosso's in the points at the moment.
Yep, Arrow about a 10th better, so but still on pole. I think he's going to have pole.
Looks like Aerostrike will take pole position.
It looks like everybody in the top 10 is starting in the soft tires, so I wonder if they're going to try the one stop to soft medium / hard, or if somebody's going to try and be brave and do a soft medium stop.
Yeah, I mean, everyone's on the softs. If you're outside the top 10, though, you're laughing because you know that everyone else is going to be running out of tire pretty fast.
Yep.
Did we check the weather? I don't know if anyone in the stream mentioned it.
As for our top 10, we got Arrow and the Toro Rosso, both Red Bulls, 2-3, Axton, Soy Loco, GP in the Ferrari, Terminal Deity in the Williams, both Haas's in 6-7, Lit Romney and Nick Eriks, Scavney in the Mercedes, Bobby Tava in the McLaren, and Wolfsburg in the Toro Rosso. And then from 11 on back, they're going to get their free tire choice. I'd be surprised to see 11, 12, 13 if they don't try the mediums. Lakunik, and I think I saw Coxie in there too. But the screen just left on me.
Someone asking me to sing, but I don't think anybody knows the weather. I didn't see it anywhere. Nope, I don't know. It might be raining.
I don't think we have the ability to see it, if I'm not mistaken.
No, we can't tell. Usually someone posts it in the chat, but I don't see any comments about the weather in there. I just see someone asking me to sing, so I don't know what the hell I'm supposed to sing, though. "99 red balloons," maybe?
You're right, Tanner. It is JFD on stream. That's right.
Yeah, the comments are gold mine. If you're running out of things to talk about, just pop in there.
That's where I am right
comments.
now. So.
Yeah. Yeah, there's plenty of stuff in there. Plenty of fodder for us to use if things get dull. Alright, looks like they're readying up. Looks like Mario has taken the initiative here and decided to start the Grand Prix.
Nothing wrong with that. I'm sure Pritten did it a little quicker here tonight just because of the delay we had getting started.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
No, I think it needs to be. We need to get the ball rolling here, especially because we're probably going to have some safety cars. A lot of people crashing in quali already. Alright, they're off. So, Pace Dogs took us through the grid. I'll review it briefly here while on the formation lap as well. We got Arrow on pole, Axe in second, Soy Loco in third. That's a really good showing for the Red Bulls there. If they can manage a double podium here, that would be great for their constructor bid. GP Colin in fourth. They're on board with him at the moment. Just behind, we have Terminal Deity in the Williams. We got Lit Romney in sixth in the Haas. It's Eric in seventh in the Haas. So both Haas's in the points right now at the moment. Scavney is in eighth. He's in that Mercedes. And then he's got Bobby tucked in behind with Wolfsburg in 10th in the Toro Rosso. Lacuna is 11th. CPM is 12th. Coxie's 13th. Pace Dogs is 14th. So Pace Dog's going to get a nice race in. He's got the hards on. He looks like he's just going to run long, get used to his new wheel, see what he can do. I wonder if Pace Dog's can snag a point tonight. It'd be probably pretty nice for him.
Any predictions for the race?
What's Coxie on the mediums?
Yep.
Coxie podium, maybe? That might be a good prediction.
See, I set you up for that, and that's exactly what mine was going to be. So I think Coxie being in the mediums, if he's able to stay in the DRS, those soft runners the first few laps, once they go in the pit in that lap 6 to 8 area, and get those mediums to lap 13, 14.
Yeah,
have a little fresher hards towards the end of the race, he might have a good shot at it.
I think he's in a good spot. He's probably in the best spot of everybody outside the top 10, I would say, because all these guys further back are on the hard tires, and they got a lot more traffic to contend with. Let's get all that information.
I think Yeah, any one of those 11, 12, 13, Lacuna, CPM, or Coxie, starting on those medium tires, they hang in the DRS, those soft runners. Watch out for a surprise result for one of those three.
Yeah, really anything could happen. I expect Jinnit and Ryan to have good races as well, just because of their general pace, but they're not going to count anyway, so we don't have to worry too much about what they're up to. But Chicken, obviously, probably feeling pretty frustrated with his qualifying session, having been blocked on a lap and then crashing on his next run. And he's in 18th on those hards, so Chicken's got a long road ahead here if he wants to make up for the frustrations. Both Renaults really do have a long road ahead. Let's get back to the front of the grid. The lights are going to start. We should see 5 of them. They will go out, and we will see the cars take off and start the German Grand Prix. Aerostrike is on pole. He will lead us away. All right, we've got the lights on. It looks like we've got all 5 lights on, and they're off. Very quick lights there, and lots of smoke. Wheels spin everywhere. Aerostrike gets a great launch. Axon gets a terrible launch.
Going backwards, yep.
He's going... Oh, big contact there. Toro Rosso has spun. That's Wolfsburg, who's out.
Wolfsburg.
That Ferrari trying to come back on the track nearly made contact with Hans there.
Ooh,
oh,
Williams
late dive.
Deep. That was a Williams diving deep. That was Hans, I think.
Oh, and it looks like a bad rejoin from Hans, too. He got right in the way of Dove. Oh, not good stuff there from Hans. Not what you want to see. Coxie looking for a spot way through here on Pace Dogs. Riding on board with Jinnit here. We got a good angle of everything. Oh, we got some wing damage up ahead. It looks like a piece of shell. That would probably be the Alfa Romeo of Lacuna. White shell logo. Has to be Alpha.
I hope they can settle down and get in the groove. It's Germany's a tough track on lap 1 to get through. It looks like it's trying to settle down a little bit now.
Yeah, everybody seems to be okay now, but we do have a little bit of a few tussles going on through the field. The top 7 are pretty settled. So Scavney. Any big gainers here? Let's take a look. Jinnit up 6, Ryan up 4, so that's a good start from those guys. Get back to the tire info. Whoa! Someone's round. Oh, big crash! Lit Romney's out. Massive incident.
And we got a safety car. Oh, there's a Hasselhoff up too.
Yeah, no
Coxie's
doubt.
out. Coxie got caught up in it.
Oh man, Coxie must have been one of the first ones out.
Yep.
I caught the Haas. It looked like one of the Williams went round.
Yep, I saw the Williams around too. That was Deity, and then there must have been some carnage coming out of that as well too.
Just the way you'd have to react to that spin.
Yep.
Yeah, pure carnage. And then obviously Coxie, the first victim. I think Lit Romney, the second. Lit Romney, I saw go nose first into the inside wall on the right-hand side. So he would have probably been trying to avoid the incident, maybe just over-rotated the car. But obviously, yeah, safety car. These guys on the softs probably going to be diving into the pits now. I'd imagine almost everybody in the top 7. But, you know, look at Lacuna CPM now. CPM,
if they're free of damage, they got medium, and they're going to have the track position. If these top 7 have to pit, if they try and go medium that way, they're going to get put in the back behind all these medium and hard runners towards the back of the field, just as long as they're free of damage.
Exactly. CPM, actually, new driver. He was his reserve driver. He's been here for
first one to go in. I've got is Axton and Eric. So the top 3 stay out. The next 4 are coming in. Lukunak must have had some damage on that medium tire. He's in as well.
Yeah, I saw his wing fly off. I thought I saw... Oh, that was a quick stop from Red Bull. Axton out quickly. Looks like he's going to come out behind pretty much everyone as we suspected. So CPM sitting in an excellent spot here in his debut as a full-time driver. He replaced Niebuhr in the Mercedes. Just too busy with real life. Couldn't be committed to the Thursday night, so he gave up his seat, and CPM has taken that. And looks like he could be poised to win this race at the moment. He's sitting in the best spot of everyone.
I think 4, 5, 6 are sitting really strong right now. You got CPM, Jinnit, Pace Dogs, 2 of those on hard tires. If it stays green the rest of the way, they could be flying on the mediums towards the end of the race.
And yeah, I mean, Jinnit just made up an incredible amount of positions already into 5th place. He started, what, 18th or something?
Yeah, he was back 18th, 19th, something like that. And that's the benefit of keeping your wing out of damage the first few laps when everybody goes in the pit to either change tires or get a wing fixed. I mean, those are free positions you don't have to pass on track anymore. It saves you a lot of time.
Not getting caught in big crashes helps too. You know, sometimes you just can't help it. Like, you're just a victim. And the weird thing is, it was like triggered by Terminal Deity, and he's fine. Like, he's still out there running the race, and the other cars that had to react or were impacted by his spin are actually out now. And that's just the chain reaction thing in racing.
And that's why keeping your wing clean that first 5 laps can make a difference. It's you can't win the race on the first 5 laps, but you can definitely put yourself in a bad position and make it a lot harder on yourself too.
Yeah.
So, and sometimes that's no fault of your own, like what you went through on Monday night. No fault of your own, just bad, wrong place, wrong spot.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, someone made a bad move, and I was caught out, and yeah, you know, you get put down further in the field, and literally anything else goes wrong, you're done for. So, and then I had contact with another driver, and that was pretty much the end of it. I mean, you know, it's not really. I would say it's like it was like a 50-50 incident, and that took me completely out of the running. I basically had no chance at points after that. But you know, it's just he ran a bit over the curb, runs a bit wide. I get pushed wide because of that. I come back on the track. He hasn't moved over. Boom. You know, it's like that's like a perfect example of a little chain reaction.
That's the first 2-3 laps, and that's where that really can happen. It's some people get a little aggressive, maybe a little more than they should be, trying to make up those positions quickly.
Yeah, and I mean, you see the move like Khan's made there, like he's just sending it in a bad spot. I mean, we just made it through. We just made it through the toughest corner almost on the calendar to start a race at, and you know, and then you send it down in a tight little slow hairpin like that and make contact. Like nothing happened. It was really only he was the only one that suffered because I think he got sent off, and the guy he hit wasn't even really impacted by it. So.
And there's another tough opening couple corners next week in Azerbaijan, Baku. Those are always tough first 2 corners.
Oh yeah.
But safety cars coming in this lap, so we're about to head back out. So
I missed that.
Local getting the control on the pace, and I think he's put the hammer down. He's ready to race.
Looks like Aerostrike did an excellent job hanging on to him. Aerostrike is going to have a shot here early in this restart. You just got to be careful when you're following another car through there. Oh, CPM saved it. I thought he was done for. Did you see that?
No, I missed that one. I was kind of watching the battle for the lead, but it looks like everybody's getting through there. So
he was heading straight for the barrier there. I was just about to say, oh, he's lost it anyways, and there he goes. No, he gets it back. Good job saving it again, but obviously those tires are just too cold right now. He can't get it going. But man, here we were saying he's poised to win this race, and all of a sudden he's just out of the points. You know, like
that's
how quickly it changes.
That's all it takes.
Yeah.
So if Janet can get back in touch with those soft runners and stay in the DRS, that would be good. Pace Dogs, he can hang with Janet.
I was going to say, imagine Pace Dogs' his first race with a wheel. Right? Suddenly he's sitting first of the actual full-time drivers. Well,
he's put himself in a position.
I think Soy and Aero staying out was a great decision in the sense that they're going to be able to gallop away from these hard runners, but Aero cannot afford to be stuck behind Soy Loco right now. He needs to be freed up. And Soy Loco, I was mentioning last lap, it's hard to follow a car through here. And Aero, you see lifting really early. Soy, you know, just power sliding while Aero has to lift to make sure he's got the grip. Very tough to follow a car through there, and then we saw CPM nearly lose it.
Oh, and CPM just picks up a 3-second penalty there as well.
And here comes Aero. I think Aero's going to get a run here on Soy, and he really needs to get by. He is already ahead. He's got the pace already. Is he going to hold the place?
That's
what they touch
right now. Ooh, real close. He's into the back. No damage though by the looks of things.
No, it looked like Soy wanted to move over to swing into the corner, and then Aero just didn't move, which is fair. Like, he doesn't have to. GP just kind of sitting back. He's got Soy up next. He probably wants to get by Soy Loco as well. Doesn't want to be wasting any time held up here. Doesn't necessarily need to keep up with Arrow, but he definitely wants to be ahead of Soy. Looks like GP backed off a bit there. Is he heading in the pits? Oh no, Soy just started ripping.
Oh, yep, Soy's in the pits already.
Yeah, so Soy into the pits.
To see what tire he goes on.
I don't think he's going to end up completely last. The field hasn't really spread enough, other than Terminal, who's must have had another moment.
I think he's going to be two-stop in this. Those mediums, that's going to be the stretch to get down there. Pace Dogs picks up a 3-second penalty, so pretty early for the 3 seconds, about a quarter into the race here.
So Axton chasing down Hans now. We've got CPM Ryan on the tail of Mario. And Bobby very close as well. Let's get to that battle. Lots of good action there. Man, terrible shots tonight. Whoa! Very late down the inside from the Haas there. It's Eric.
Ooh, yeah. That whole...
And it worked!
Some late breaks, some lockups back there.
Oh, it almost worked. Bobby gets much better exit. It's Eric. Almost got that place there, though, while these two were busy with each other.
Soy Local with the 3-second penalty.
Yeah, it's very early for these penalties. Yep. This is quite the train forming here behind Mario. And he's not far off CPM either, so... This is a pretty competitive field. Bobby with a huge moment. Oh, and there's a bit of a punt there from It's Eric, but not enough to send him off, so they both get away with that, I think. How's that front wing looking? We got a shot of it, but we only have the left side. We need a better angle.
Yep, It's Eric's wing's looking good yet, so I think they're okay.
Oh, I thought this was going to be ugly. Oh, and it is ugly. CPM has lost it. He's into the wall. He didn't crash out, though. He managed to keep the car right. So, he's trying to get himself turned around, and there's Dove. Nearly snapped into him. Oh, man, that was hilarious. CPM gets turned around. That's a terrifying place to be spun.
Ryan and Eric battling down the long DRS straight. That's the other thing with this track. You can get stuck in the DRS trains real easily because there's 3 DRS
Pace Dogs runs very deep there. He's lost a place to Hans, and then he's under threat from Axton now. Yeah, this scrap back here is crazy. Bobby, Mario, side by side there with Ryan, and It's Eric. I think It's Eric is going to get that place. He does. So It's Eric trying to follow Bobby up the field here. Mario next.
7th through 12th. I mean, they're all on top of each other, battling really hard right now.
Oh, did someone go wide there? It looked like Chicken, maybe.
I think that was Ryan a little bit wide in the Alpha.
So on board with Lacuna. He's hanging on to this train, so he can see all 4 cars right in front of him. All looking for a bit of space. But right now, it looks like It's Eric is going to get by Mario. He does, on the main straight. That's a very unlikely place to make an overtake, but Mario just must have had a moment there.
GP just bid for the mediums, so he's in, so the only soft runner left right now is Arrow.
Oh! I don't know what just happened there, but... Someone just got squeezed out there. It looked like Lacuna, maybe. I think Chicken was kind of moving to the left to... All I saw was a Renault squeeze somebody. I don't know who it was, but... Chicken, I think, was moving over to, like, take the line through the corner and didn't realize there was a car there. He pushed Lacuna right off the road. So Lacuna does well to avoid being completely ruined there. Chicken locks up, runs deep. Here comes Lacuna again. Lacuna looking for some room.
Right now.
Oh, he's right on the tail of Chicken. Is he going to send it? No. It's a terrible place to send it. Lacuna thinks better of it. And Ryan really applying the pressure to Mario as well. Just ahead.
He's going to get by. He's got to use that DRS to his advantage. He's going to have 3 chances here. Main straight is definitely the between turns 4 and 6 is the best place to get by. Easy to go wide there, just like Ryan did. And meanwhile, at the top, Barrel Strike and Jinnit. Jinnit's got an 8.5 second lead over 3rd place in Hans right now, so they're definitely have started to check out.
Yeah, and Arrow's still out on those softs too, actually. I think he ran a soft medium on Monday, and he's reserved. He was reserving, and Oh, here we go. 3 wide into the corner. The Alpha goes very deep, but makes it stick, so Ryan gets that place. Chicken gets by as well. Good stuff there from those drivers. The Red Bull behind,
the DRS,
side by side.
taking advantage. Yeah,
with
DRS,
Lacuna.
Both Ryan and Chicken took the DRS advantage to get by Mario there.
Oh, someone's had a moment. Mario, I think. He's off again, and there goes Soy
He's
Loco
a
as
little
well.
wise. Soy's going by on the mediums.
Let's get back
after
to
his
this
pit
scrap.
stop, so he's got to try and make his way through this traffic right now.
I missed Axton's overtake on Hans. I was going to say he's very close to Hans, and he's already by and got a second on him already. So, Pace Dogs looks like he's settling in a little bit more now. He doesn't have any wing damage. Keeping the car right. He's tagging along with Hans here. Oh, gets it straightened out. No problems there.
I'm sure he's enjoying that race on that Fanatec a lot better than that controller, no doubt about that.
Even if he's not feeling as fast, I'm sure he's having a lot more fun.
Yep, absolutely.
And that's what we're here for. Electric Chicken closing on Ryan very quickly here. I don't know what is with this camera angle. It's awful.
I think he's going to get that move done on the inside.
I think so as well. He sends it.
Yep.
Chicken using up as much row as he needs, and he gets by Ryan. Good stuff there. Lacuna with a shot now. And he's bringing Soy along.
Chicken's got almost a full ERS system. We'll see if he can break that DRS if he puts the hammer down. Let's try and lose that DRS ability for Ryan so we can stay in front. Not an easy task at this track being such a short circuit around.
No, they're on pretty much even tires as well. Aerostrike finally pits. Where is he going to come out? Did he find the gap he needed? He has a pretty decent one, but I don't know if it's enough.
Yeah, I'm going to guess he's going to go to his mediums just like he did on Monday.
He did.
That's what I'm seeing going on.
He went to the mediums.
It's going to be interesting to see how these strategies end up playing out. Just about everybody on the mediums or the hards at this point. But Aerostrike's going to be in that traffic. He's behind Soy Loco, and he's going to be behind his DRS train.
That's not good news. Not good news.
Soy
Loco has pit.
Yep. And then they're all behind this 5-car DRS train. It's going to be hard to navigate.
Yeah,
exactly. Work to buy Chicken, Ryan, and Lacuna before they can really start putting some time down on those fresh tires.
This is going to be very interesting. Oh, contact there. I think Soy got into the back of Lacuna. Probably cost Soy more than it cost Lacuna. But Soy looking to get through here. He's going to take a peek down the inside. Not close enough. So Aerostrike's going to have to sit back here now. This is going to be really fun to watch, see if Aero can get through this pack. He's definitely going to have much better tires, but he's got to deal with 4 or 5 cars, DRS train. Someone's off.
This is what can happen.
Hans is out.
Lost it in Sector 3.
Wow, he missed the corner, it looked like. He's gone off like straight at the end there.
I'm riding on 49ers. Oh. Yeah, that's interesting to see what happened there. Surprised with him coming to rest on the track. That's not a safety car, a VSC or a safety car.
No, he's still moving. His car looks like it's... It looked like it was still actually... Anyway. Sorry, I'm distracted. But, yeah, I was going to say, it looked like he just hit retire rather than the car actually crashed out. Like, he went wide and it was just like, ah, screw this.
Yeah, hard to say without seeing what happened there, so...
I don't know how the car drives itself around the next 2 corners without a wheel, you know? Like, it's not that he crashed out, so...
Chicken and Ryan are still battering. They've caught up the Pace Dogs, so this, I think, has become like a 6 through 12th party here. I mean, there's a lot of cars caught in this traffic right now.
Yes, there is.
This is definitely where the action's at. Zenith has pulled out a 10.5-second lead here, so I mean,
big moment for Lacuna. Nearly lost it there.
Yep, Chicken.
Whoa, huge crash!
Oh no! Soy Loco's caught out in it too. He's out. He's DNF. There's a VSC because of that.
I can't
So
believe
that's
that's
going
just
to
a
really ruin
VSC.
Chicken's chances. He's going to have to stay behind Pace Dogs another lap. He was getting set up for the pass.
Lacuna still going somehow. It looked like his car got beached, but he got it going. He was like stuck spinning his wheels and finally got released. So yeah, what happened there? I was actually watching that scrap. Lacuna fishtailed, and he took Soy with him. So Lacuna fishtailed into Soy, sent Soy into the wall. Soy crashed out. Lacuna was sent back onto the track. Yeah, as Lacuna was sent back onto the track with, a functioning car because he didn't, he slowed himself down by pushing Soy into the barrier, basically. Not like it wasn't intentional. He lost the car. But because he used Soy as a battering ram, he kept his car straight, and Soy went into the wall.
And Arrow trying to take advantages with those tires, trying to get by Ryan, but Ryan's still within DRS of Chicken.
So Axton jumping off the hards on lap 12. Trying to get a sneaky one on the board under the VSC, but I think he missed the VSC. If he was going to pit again anyway, I guess it's worth a shot, but he's got onto a fresh set of hards, it looks like.
Is that what he came off with the hards?
Yeah, he was on hards and he put hards on, so looks like he's definitely good to go to the end now.
Yep. So he's going to have a little fresher tires towards the end, no doubt about it. We'll see
Chicken
if that plays
sends
out.
it on Pace Dogs there, but could not get through.
Yep. So he's going to have to be behind another lap here.
Yeah.
And that leaves Ryan behind Chicken, and that's going to leave Arrow behind Ryan. This is what can happen here at Germany. Very fast track, but sometimes can be really hard to pass.
The laps just disappear, As you mentioned, Arrow sends it late.
Yep. Pushing it down inside.
Great respect from Ryan there to give him the space to get that move done. Arrow did not, Arrow just saw the door and walked right through. He didn't even hesitate. That's why he's leading the title, my friends.
Very aggressive move. Nice job.
Yeah, he's very concise when he needs to be. Like, when it needs to happen, he'll do it. But otherwise, he doesn't really make those moves very often, Never needs to, really. Here we go. Chicken with the DRS. Arrow with the DRS. Pace Dogs a sitting duck.
Yep.
Looks like both will be through here. My favorite camera angle once more.
Ooh.
Now Arrow trying to get by Chicken as well. Angle. No, it's not going to work. Oh, Chicken.
On the hairpin. I don't think he's going to get by Pace Dogs.
No, Arrow's cost himself a chance here.
Yep, that was a pretty tight angle he tried to pass on there. Very tough.
Because Chicken covered that inside relentlessly. Arrow basically had no turning radius, and Pace Dogs was able to get a better exit. So Aerostrike probably thought it was a done deal with Pace Dogs, but now he's got to get by him still. That's going to hurt. And Arrow can't really afford to make aggressive moves often with a set of mediums. He needs to make them last, so he can't be driving in dirty air or scrubbing these tires too much, right? Oh, Pace Dogs runs deep, and Arrow's through no problem now. Pace Dogs just a bit of a moment running wide there. Something we've seen a fair bit tonight.
That's definitely going to benefit Aerostrike if he can get by Chicken on the main straight here coming up. He's going to have some clear air for a while and really can put some time down. He needs to get that done with those tires and take advantage of them while he can. I think he's going to have Chicken here too.
Here comes Ryan going by Pace Dogs as well. And I think GP is going to go through as well. And it looks like Arrow, as you mentioned, getting by Electric Chicken. So we got a good shot of all 5 cars there moving through the hairpin. And Ryan ahead, GP. So Pace Dogs relegated now and has a bit of a gap behind. So he can just kind of drive comfy now and relax a little bit. Probably needs to pit in the next few laps.
Yep, we got the top 3 guys. I think are definitely going to have to pit again. We got Janet, Eric, and Tava, and then if they all end up pitting shortly, that could give Arrow some clear air. Hopefully, hammer out some quick laps to help his strategy.
Yeah, he definitely needs to get himself way up the road to make sure he's got that cushion to coast a little bit and baby those tires. Trying to look at where the real contender is behind. And I don't I don't know.
We got a Ferrari off back there. I think that might be Pace Dogs.
Is he out? Oh,
No, he's just spun it on the last corner on the front stretch here.
So I don't think around.
he has.
Bobby's pit. Bobby onto the hard.
I don't think
so
he has
he's
any
done
damage.
to
I
the
think
end.
he just lost the rear end.
Comes GP attacking Ryan now. He's going to get through no problem. So I would say, I guess, I don't know who the closest rivals are here for this, for Aero. I would say Axton's kind of in the best spot strategy-wise, but he's way behind.
I think you're going to have to look at Zenith. I mean, he's still on his first set of tires, the hards.
Yeah,
he's going to be coming in for mediums probably in the next 2 to 3 laps.
I mean,
I think that's going to be Aero's biggest challenger right now.
Yeah, if they duke it out on track, then I'm all for it, but it doesn't really. It's not. I'm trying to think of like who in the actual league is going to challenge Aero here, or are we just going to watch Aero run away again? You know, like it's.
Yeah, because Chicken's going to have to make another stop. I think Axton's probably the closest one.
Yeah, I think Axton's the best bet, and he's going to have the tire life for sure. But is he going to have the pace to close that window? Because Aero is what?
He's about 8-9 seconds behind.
Yeah. He might, I don't know. But Aero's problems are pretty much gone now. Like, Aero doesn't really have anything to worry about anymore. He's just in clear air now. Where Axton's making up places just existing right now, so... That's, you know what? Axton's in clear air. He doesn't have to waste his time scrapping anyone.
Yep. He just gets to put down his time of what his pace can be. And let the people pit in front of him, and he'll get him in the pits.
What he doesn't need is it's Eric and Wolfsburg. Well, I guess Wolfsburg's on old mediums, but it's Eric is on fresh mediums, and he's knocking at the door, and that's the last thing Axton needs right now. He needs to be hurtling away into clear air, not bringing it's Eric to the party. And it's Eric is trying to join the party.
Yep.
You know that guy that you didn't invite, but he just showed up because he heard about it? It's Eric tonight. We didn't expect him to be in the party, and right now, he's right there. He's chasing down Axton, who's our best bet for chasing down Aero. So
yeah,
I mean, Eric is chasing a podium here, I think.
I would agree with you completely. GP Collins setting the fastest lap there, 15.4.
We suspect Eric will go to the end on these tires. I can't imagine he would consider pitting at this
15
stage.
laps at this stage of the race. I think that would definitely be doable.
Yeah. So I think he's in a really good spot. There goes another car for Axton not to worry about into the pits.
Yep, Chicken's in the pits. He's going to come out just behind Pace Dogs. Scavney just in front of Scavney.
Here comes it's Eric. Pace Dogs is not going to waste his time chasing down it's Eric. I think he just knows that the pace isn't there. But actually, if it's Eric can go and close the gap to Aero, which he might be able to on much fresher mediums.
And Axton's able to hang within a second and use the DRS.
Yeah, exactly. You can get a little tow up the road toward Aero.
Yep.
GP's sitting in a good spot too. I think he definitely has to pit again for sure.
It's going to be a stretch to get those mediums another 13, 14 laps.
Yeah, so he's going to have to pit again, but he's got that big window behind. Like, I mean, he's pretty much cleared to Chicken, I would say.
And Zenith has come in, and he's just coming out. I think he's going to just come up behind GP Collin. They get a drag race down the stretch. I think Zenith's going to use his DRS to get by right away here.
Yeah, I would say it's a good idea. You don't want to wait. You don't want to lose any time because he actually can go chase Aero right now.
Yep.
And GP is not going to fight this either because GP is running a very different strategy. It's not worth getting into a scuffle with Zenith, who's on much fresher tires, much more pace, and yeah, just don't waste your time. Get a little slipstream though.
And Chicken's by Scavney. We'll see if he can hold him off towards the hairpin here as well. I think Scavney's going to use the DRS to make a run at him. I think he might be a little too far back though to make that pass.
Big lock up from Chicken there. Chicken likes to lock up.
Everybody has their own brake preference.
Yeah.
The brake pressure, brake bias. Some people like to run it more towards the front, which can cause a little more lockup. Nice lap by Eric, 14.5.
Yeah, he looks like he's got some pace here. I was gonna say,
Yep.
like, the way he caught up to Axton just cleared him, no problem. He's already put 3 seconds between them.
Yep. I think he's hunting
So,
down GP. He's only about 3 seconds behind him already. We'll see how far he can get here.
so it's Eric looking poised for a second place finish here. If he can keep the car straight and not burn his tires out. I don't think he's really in danger of doing at this stage.
Yep, he's putting himself in a position. You never know, those top two might have an incident or something, and you can pounce on that opportunity.
Yeah, exactly. Lit Romney obviously taken out at the beginning of the race with the big crash there. But the Haas cars have been having a pretty good run the last few weeks. I think they've both got on the podium like separate weeks, and they've both been scoring some points regularly too. So
I think Eric was on the podium in the U.S. last week, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think it's Eric last week, and then the week before Lit Romney was on the podium. So just a really good run for those two the last couple of weeks. Just unfortunate to see Lit Romney taken out because I think he out-qualified Eric as well. So, I mean, think about that. Lit Romney and it's Eric could be running for a double podium here.
Gavin falling just out of the DRS range of Chicken. That's going to make it tough for him to...
Jinnett's gone by Arrow. What happened? Was he just past him?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. Well, Arrow's not going to waste his time fighting at reserve, right? Like.
Right, and his Jinnett's tires are 9 laps fresher. I'm sure Arrows realizes that too.
Yeah.
And same thing, if you can just stick with him in the DRS range right now and let him pull you around. I mean, you never know what penalties might have. I think Jinnett has 1 penalty, whereas Arrow is still clean. So, as of right now, if he can hang with him, Arrow can still win this.
It's 11-lap-old mediums. They're gonna be feeling that.
I think those last 5 to 7 laps are going to be a little bit of a struggle here. We've had one VSC for half a lap, and ever since then it's been green flag racing.
So it's Eric actually has a chance, possibly, if Arrow really has to turn it down and start babying those tires. Eric has a chance to close up, maybe take a look at him.
He's only about
Axton's not terribly far off. I mean, overall he's quite far, but he's not that far from Eric either.
Yeah, Eric's only about 7 seconds behind Arrow, so I mean, if those tires fall off, that can have a dramatic decrease in the time that he could be running, and it's also could be in puncture territory based on the wear. Ryan right on the back of Scavney right now.
Yeah, Scavney had a huge moment there. I was riding on board with him, and he almost lost the car through turn 1 there. So yeah, Ryan goes through, no problem. Aerostrike has lost DRS to Jinnett.
He's kind of spaced out a little bit here towards the later stages, hasn't it?
Yeah, it tends to happen. Usually we end up with a safety car or some rain or something. Crate makes everything crazy, but no, it tends to happen. There's definitely a few guys here that have like exceptional pace in comparison with the rest of the field, and there's just like this massive group of guys that are pretty much fighting every week, which is nice.
Scavney sticking with Ryan. Hopefully he can stay in DRS. It's Eric has trimmed that down to just over a second on GP, so he could be making a pass for third here within the next lap.
Yeah, I was thinking with GP pretty much going to go in next lap or two, get those softs about 7-8 laps to the end.
Yep, that's definitely a possibility. Love to see what his wear would be on his tires right now.
Yeah, he's got to be getting close. He must be at the upper margins of what you can really get away with. Scavney.
Oh, we got a safety car. This is going to change everything. Pace dogs. Oh, this is going to change everything. GP, get some softs. Eric, get some softs.
Pace
Come
Dogs
on
out of
in.
turn
Yeah.
1.
They both come in. Did they catch the safety car?
There he goes.
Zenith.
That's perfect timing for those two as well. Eric jumped in.
Absolutely. This
If you
changes
think about
everything.
Axton jives in as well.
Yep.
So these three will get out in front of the rest of the field. Chicken's okay though, he can stay out.
Zenith and
Chicken
Arrow are
goes
going
in.
to... Oh, this is going to be terrible for these two. They're stuck behind the safety car. Those others are going to try and catch up to the safety car.
Arrow's strategy is ruined. I'm sorry,
Yep.
but yeah.
We'll see who comes out on what.
That
We got
safety
Axton
car.
coming out on softs. Eric must be...
Chicken went to fresh mediums.
Eric went to mediums. He went to 16-lap old mediums.
Or maybe they didn't change them?
No, he went to his first set of mediums.
Wait.
His
no.
worn mediums. He went to his first
He
set
must
of
have
mediums.
chosen
he
the
must have
wrong
had damage
thing.
early. Unless I'm reading it wrong.
No, that's what it says.
Oh,
I thought he'd
first
gone
set of
16,
mediums.
16 laps on his mediums.
No,
Or no,
he
he'd only
was
gone
just
6.
He was flying on that new set of mediums.
But then,
Oh no,
but then he's not.
he would have started on softer hards from where he started. Based on where he started, he might have had damage on lap 1 on that first safety car.
Okay.
So now he would have done
No.
a medium, and now he put
Right.
on the old set of mediums again.
Right.
Oh, that's heartbreaking. You got Chicken back here with fresh.
He didn't even need to pit. Like he was in. He could have won the race if he stayed out.
He could have. There's Arrow Strike going in. But if he would have pitted for softs, that's where it would have helped him here because you got 7 laps left now. It's going to be
And
a
Eric goes back
6-lap
in.
finish to the finish. Oh, that's heartbreaking.
He must have selected the wrong thing in the pit menu.
I'm guessing so because now he's putting on the softs.
Yeah.
That's so easy to do. It's so quick. I mean, I completely understand.
Yeah, and he literally dove in without even a choice, right? Like he barely had time. He's still
He's
sixth.
still coming out in 6th place, so it didn't really. It cost him maybe a spot or two.
Yeah,
And
so
he's
he
just gotta
kind of
get
got
by-
lucky there. That first pit stop was like literally a freebie though. Like it was
Right.
insane because Zenith was gone, Arrow was gone. I mean, even Arrow after they pit once they came back around, still 4th. It's not like
Yep.
he's in a terrible spot here. But this
So
could be a
it-
straight up shootout to the end.
Eric would have been in 3rd, so it basically cost him 3 positions. It was a mistake, but it wasn't a huge mistake. He's got 2 runners on basically fresh mediums ahead of him. Hopefully, with his extra grip right off the get-go, he can get by them before that DRS kicks in.
Yeah.
So I mean, it might not hurt him that bad.
Just interested to see what all these other guys can do because, I mean, if you look at this though, GP, Axton, Arrow, Chicken, Eric, Bobby, Scavney, Wolfsburg even, they're all on fresh tires and they're all like in a position that any of these guys could win this race.
Yep, the top 3 all have penalties as well, whereas Arrow Strike does not have a penalty. That's going to come into play.
Yep.
Chicken, no penalties yet. It's Eric, no penalties. So top 3 have penalties. The 4, 5, 6 do not have penalties.
Yeah, this is going to be a really interesting finish, I
Yep.
think.
This
Just as you were like, oh, it's kind of spread out, and I was like,
Yep.
yeah, this usually happens. It sometimes gets boring if there's no safety car, and it's like, oh, safety car. Thanks,
I
Space
feel
Dogs.
bad for Pace Dogs too because
Yeah.
he was doing great for his first race on the wheel. I mean, he was holding his own. I think he was in the top 10 for quite a bit of the race. And obviously that turn 1, which caught a bunch of people out earlier in the race and qualifying. And same thing on Monday with Tier 1. It caught quite a few people out as well. So
Yeah.
it's a tough corner, very tough corner.
Alrighty.
I would expect him to be in this lap to have about a 6-lap finish, sprint to the finish here.
Yeah, I would suspect it's coming in this lap. It usually doesn't last much longer than a couple laps. Stream's looking nice tonight. Nice and smooth, no pixelating, no lagging. Ugh.
Once we got going, then it was
Yeah.
a smooth night, right?
Yeah, that's true, actually. I'm forgetting it's nearly 10 o'clock here. Actually, I guess this is a pretty short race because it's 6 laps. Six laps to
is
go.
only going to be about 7-8 minutes. It's
Yeah.
not going to take
And
long.
we're only, like, it's going to be 9:45 and we're done, which isn't that bad. Did I just see drops of rain?
For Tier 2, wouldn't that surprise you?
It wouldn't surprise me, but I'm wondering, like, you know, maybe that's why some of those guys were extending their stints. Maybe there was rain forecast or something.
Hard
They're
to,
thinking, oh,
hard
maybe
to know.
it'll show up.
But Bones, yes, it definitely did just get interesting. We're about to see a good race to the finish. We'll see when if Jin can hold him off with his used mediums here.
Yeah, Jinnit going to be under pressure. I'm really just interested to see how the actual full-timers pan out here. Jinnit gets going. GP was a little wobbly on the restart there. Axton not great either, so Arrow's going to be all over the back of these guys right off the hop here. Oh, a little cold for those guys. Let's see if anybody loses it through there. Looks like everyone's okay. Everybody got enough practice in. Looks like Dove's still having some lag issues there. He's really struggling with the connection.
Let's see if I'm interested to see if Eric can make these softs get by Chicken and Arrow Strike as quickly as he can. Make a dive here into the hairpin. He's got some. He's got a pretty good run on. Oh,
Chicken covers him off, but here comes it's Eric with a late lunge. Oh, and they bump. That was a big old smack there.
Yep, tough race, but I think that's about as fair as you're going to get at that corner.
Yeah. Here comes Bobby and, Chicken and Ryan now.
Yep, and Ryan's on the softs as well too.
Oh, Chicken with a wobble.
Yep, those softs are going to be really fast right now. But how about those last 2-3 laps? Are they going to hold up?
Yeah.
So Eric, can he get past Arrow now? He's got to do this before the DRS kicks in, or it's going to be really tough then. He's got one more lap to do it.
Yeah, he needs to hang in that DRS. If he loses DRS, he's in trouble.
Yep, it's not going to kick in this lap yet. So this is when he's going to use that tire advantage as best as he can. He's got to try and make that run and get by it now so he can get by GP as best he can. Or I'm sorry, Axton. My mistake.
It's Eric has Arrow and Axton, but Axton's also on softs.
Oh, yep.
So I don't know how realistic getting by Axton is, but I think Arrow definitely could be under threat because of the tired compound. Oh,
and GP battling
Arrow
here as well too.
I don't know if Arrow tried to make a late lunge at Axton there, but it looked like they may have had a little bit of contact there. Just Arrow maybe looking for a little bit of space that wasn't really there. The old Ayrton Senna. Classic quote.
I think GP's going to have a real good shot here at Jinnit once his DRS kicks in on this next main straight.
Yeah, GP might win this.
Gap. Axton is going to be falling out of DRS unless he can close it up here quickly. Oh, and he's within that second. Here comes DRS. This is where it's going to be key.
Oh, it's Eric. It's on the grass a little bit.
GP has used a lot of his DRS already to just hang with Jinnit.
Yeah.
I think Axton's going to stay within DRS range.
The GP got that DRS. Axton gets it. Arrow gets it.
Yep.
It's a
Here's
whole
your
train.
DRS train right now.
Yeah. It's a whole train. Comes it's Eric.
Yep. Going around the outside.
Around the outside on Arrow. Arrow sweeps back across to cover that exit there. So Arrow does well to cover that off. GP really needs to make sure he doesn't lose that DRS.
Yeah, he used a lot of his DRS just to hang with Jinnit those first 2 laps. He's down to 17% already. So if he can save it up a little and use those softs for everything they got towards the end, we'll see what happens. Axton's sitting in a pretty good position, 40% DRS.
Yeah. I suspected as much. He would have a decent amount left. Ryan joins the party at the back here, so it's quite the train. We'll see if any of these guys can find a way through here.
Ooh, Ryan just picked up a penalty. That could affect him real quick. believe that's his second one. That is his second one.
Here comes Axton on GP. He's got a huge run on him. There he goes down the inside. Is GP going to have this covered? It looks like GP did have it covered. GP did excellent there to cover that off. Aerostrike had a prime view of that. And great driving from those two. It's Eric is knocking at the door as well. So are any of these drivers going to be able to separate themselves?
That's just it. Any little mistake could cost you quite a few positions right now at this stage in the race.
Aero now taking a look at Axton. It's CPM pressuring
right
Bobby.
on the back of Eric. Chicken's kind of lost it a little bit with those medium tires. I think the softs might have been the better option at this point. Based
Looks
on
like
what
Axton with a really, really poor exit there, and Aero is very close now. That might release GP. Axton runs very wide.
Really wide. What's going to happen
That is
here?
a terrifying place to run wide. Can
turn
Aero
two.
send
This
it?
could give,
Aero sends it late.
next to each other. Eric, is he going to get a good run off this? What's going to happen here with DRS? Oh, Aero doesn't have DRS. Watch this. This could be 3 wide right here.
Deity crashed out of turn 1, it looks like.
Oh,
Axton.
Ryan taking advantage. Oh, Eric on the outside, though. He might hold that back from Ryan. They both might have a run on Aero here.
Great chopper shot, too. And that's just released GP Collin. So GP Collin is free. He's escaped DRS, and Jinnit isn't counting. So GP's technically the winner if he holds on to this.
Yep.
Which is massive.
Max is going to have one more lap to make a run here. He's trying to get within that second to get that DRS. That's going to be absolutely
close.
Critical. Yep.
There
he is right now. He got it. He got it.
But they're like dead even on ERS right now, too.
Yeah.
Aerostrike's sitting in a decent spot.
Wide again for Axton. Didn't look like cost him a penalty or anything, though. Oh, this is going to be a fun last lap. Did Axton get DRS? I don't think he did. He lost out on it.
He did.
He got a great run on it. It's Eric. This could be a position for a podium for him. Is he going to make a move on it? He follows Aero. Oh, he gets it done too. He's
Aero goes super deep.
Aero goes wide.
Here comes it's Eric.
Oh.
Is he going to get by? He's by.
He does.
It's Eric into net second. Aerostrike sends it late down the inside, but he's not close enough. Eric has that covered, and it's going to put Axton right back on the heels of Aero.
Can he take advantage of those soft tires?
Oh, he has lost it.
Oh, he lost it. No.
And so has Ryan. They're both out. Oh, sorry, Ryan is out. Axton's okay. He's trundling along, but
that gets Chicken
that
up
desperation.
to fifth right now, fourth essentially.
Aerostrike has a huge moment, and it's Eric. Looks like he's freed up. I don't know if they made contact, but I think he was trying to get through. GP will win the race on
Eric on penalties.
Oh.
Eric on penalties.
Eric wins the race. Oh
GP.
My God.
What a finish.
Oh my God. So it's Eric. Jinnit wins the race. I mean, excellent drive from Jinnit. Not taking anything away from him, but doesn't count for Tier 2. So it's Eric is actually your net winner here today. That is massive. Aerostrike takes second. GP drops the third on penalties. GP actually should have won the race, but the penalties cost him. Chicken jumps into fifth.
He had one penalty. Yep.
Chicken jumps into fifth. Scabney's sixth. Wolfsburg seventh. Great. That's a good finish for Wolfsburg, actually. Picks up another handful of points. Bobby picks up 8th, CPM 9th, Lacuna 10th, and Axton drops out of the points. He's down to 11th. He was just pushing so hard trying to get by, and I mean, it was he's right on the limits. And you know, you're either going to get by or you're going to crash.
What a finish that was. That was a lot of fun to watch.
That was a crazy finish, I gotta say. Man, what a race. Again, I mean, robbed. Some of these guys were robbed by the safety car, but I don't think it's Eric would agree.
Yeah, and even after making that mistake with the mediums, I mean, look how he was able to overcome that and come back with it. That's
right.
That's an excellent question. I'm going to ask him here coming up too.
Yeah, I'm gonna
If you're
get.
doing the interviews.
Yep, I'll get the 3 guys in. I think it's Eric, Aerostrike, and GP.
It's Eric, Aerostrike, and GP Colin are your top 3.
Yeah. So Jinnit wins. He doesn't technically win though. So it's Eric's first, Aero second, GP third, Chicken's fourth, Scabney is fifth, Wolfsburg is sixth, Bobby is seventh, CPM is eighth, Lacuna is ninth, Axton is 10th. So Axton does manage to get a point actually with the reserves taken out. Dove 49ers is 12th, Ryan is 13th. Well, Dove will actually get 11th, so, I mean, the rest of these positions don't matter. They're out of the points. They're all DNFs. Ryan, Terminal, Pace Dogs, Mario, Soy, Hans. I think we didn't even get to the bottom. I guess, who was it? Lit Romney and... Who crashed out with him? Oh, Coxie. Yeah.
Yep.
There's a lot of DNFs today.
That's right.
But yeah, I'll get that get those party invites out. I don't think they could hear you because I'm just in the menu sending the invites. But I'll let them know that you said that you think Arrow sucks. Yeah. So Arrow, I don't have it's Eric on here, so I'm gonna have to invite him manually. I do have GP on here though. The GP will definitely be having a glass to celebrate, I think. Well, maybe not, because he got that win taken, but... Yeah, that's true. No, you were saying, I just was back in the menu there, so I think what you were saying was the time penalties can just be so detrimental. That's what, it's really important to keep it clean, because you sometimes end up in a position where the penalties are a huge factor, even if you think you're going to make the gap or whatever.
It's Eric, GP. How are you guys? Just waiting on Arrow here. And we'll get
Doing
the interview going.
Well, since we got the race winner here, we can start. Pretty crazy. It's Eric. You just won your first Grand Prix. How you feeling?
Damn, dude, I can't believe it.
No, it's crazy. Last week you got your first podium, and now you're winning the race. Like, it was sort of like dumb luck in a way, but you also had that mistake on the first pit stop with the safety car. You pit to the wrong set of tires.
Yeah, I did. I thought the race was over. That's why I was like, damn. I saw the guy behind, but thankfully there wasn't too much people like within that pit stop time. So yeah, I got kind of lucky, but can't believe the win.
Yeah, you only lost like a place or two because of.
I think you would have been in third place, and you came out in sixth place. So I mean, it cost you a few spots, but it wasn't a significant cost.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, that's crazy. That's like, yeah, I mean, you pulled how many points in the last 43 points in the last 2 weeks? Like,
yeah.
How many did you have before that? Like, you know,
I think 28.
28. Yeah. So you've like doubled your points.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So I'll move on to second place. That is Arrow. I guess pretty frustrated probably with that safety car. Kind of robbed you of your little strategy. You seemed to be working there.
I don't think it was just that. I pit on the wrong tires.
Oh, did you?
Well, when it came out right where, right when I passed the split to go into the pits. So I should have just cut straight in.
Yeah.
But like when that happened, I was forced. I think I was forced to pit because my tires wouldn't have lasted.
Yeah.
It may have lasted, but not like holding up people lasted. So,
yeah, we were debating.
I was going to ask, how was your wear looking if the safety car hadn't come out?
I think my wear was like mid 50. No. I was like 46 to 50, somewhere around there.
Gotcha.
So I would have made it to the end. Like when it came out, I was debating like which tire to go in or to switch on, and chose the mediums. It didn't work out. Eric choosing the better tire.
Yeah. That was wild.
Yeah, because Chicken was right behind it, and he chose the mediums as well too. And you can definitely tell the softs for that 6-7 lap sprint. I think we're definitely the better choice.
Yeah, and when I for the hairpin, I braked a little bit too late, and then I just couldn't get traction. And once he was by, then that was it.
Yeah, that was a huge moment, really, because Eric got such a good haul out of that corner that we were like, wow, I mean, he's got guys on the softs and he's ahead now. What's it like? You know, the odds of Aero getting that back are pretty slim. I saw you take a look into the next corner, like you were thinking about setting it, but you pulled back.
Yeah, I was going to, but if anything, worst case scenario, he would have spun, and I may have spun too. Best case scenario, I just stayed behind him and hope he has a penalty, because I didn't know if he did. I assumed that everyone did, because everyone that was around me did at that point. So.
Most of the guys, I think, well, GP definitely did. We'll move on to him shortly, but and we know he did, because I thought he won the race. But yeah, it was.
Yeah, he thought he beat me too.
Yeah.
He's talking shit.
He's going through his race director. He's going through his race director right now, like praying that there's a warning that doesn't count or something somewhere. Anyway, so I guess
it was a good race by Eric. Well deserved.
I mean, you still had, regardless of the circumstances, you still had excellent pace. Like, he was pushing you guys, you know, regardless of circumstances. He definitely had the pace to push with some of the front guys today, and I was like, damn, Eric is on a tear lately, so good to see. Yeah, GP, though. I guess you're somewhat celebrating. I mean, a podium's still great, but just the fact you were that close to victory and it was taken from you, I'm sure you're probably a little disappointed.
Yeah, I am. But you know, it was a vast improvement over Monday's drive. Again, I'll verbally apologize to you tonight. I'm really sorry about that.
I agree.
Rather ironic. Oh my god.
It is a little ironic. It's like, where was this GP on Monday? I mean, who knows where my race would have been on Monday otherwise. And, it's crazy. The crazy thing that happened there was that Puff got wing damage, but got ahead of me. But I didn't get wing damage, but I was in a worse spot because I was spun around.
You were sideways, yeah.
Yeah, that was like really weird.
I just sat there and waited. Like,
you know what, actually? No. I am going to steal your interview time to talk about my despair that you caused me. You get to the podium. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But no, yeah, that was just whatever. Shit happens, man. And what made it even more ironic is that I had mentioned earlier in the day, I was like, GP's great reserve. He's always keeping it tight. He never gets in trouble. And then you come into the race and take me and Puff out. And it's like, what the hell? GP of all people? Like,
I did it twice. I did there, and then I got...
you got my teammate Harry. So, yeah. I got you, Harry.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, oh my God. I just, you know, I was going to leave, and I said, you know what? No, I'm going to tough it out. I'm just going to keep going around. I'm going to deal with it, you know. I'm not going to quit. But I felt awful. But anyhow.
I think there was a point later in the race where you were near me, and I was like, son of a bitch. Like, how? That's not fair. But maybe even ahead of me, I think. But yeah, it's like stings, you know. You're like, the guy that caused me to spin is now ahead of me. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
But
I didn't like it either.
No. But no, everyone prefer, like, if you show up to reserve, that you stay in the race and keep going. We don't want people pulling themselves out of the Grand Prix, you know. But at least you got your practice in, because it obviously paid off.
Well, I learned something, that's for sure.
Yeah. Use the brakes. That's your lesson.
I did adjust the brake pressure, by the way.
Oh, did you?
That helped me tonight. Yeah.
Yeah.
But tonight
it was like like 100 meters off or so, based on Monday.
You know, that first turn, I got such a good jump, and when we were going down towards the second turn, I was side by side on the inside of I forget who. And just knowing that, I just wasn't focused on my break point, I think. And of course, it's such a terrible feeling to hit the brakes and know you're not going to stop and you're just going to plow into guys that are going to turn in front of you.
Yeah.
That just sucked. But yeah, I mean, I usually try to be a lot more careful than that. I pride myself on not ruining other people's races. I really don't want to do that. And I did it twice Monday.
Yeah.
I tried to stay off Discord after I apologized. I didn't want to be with it anymore. I was like,
just get your wife to go through it. If they say anything mean to me, make sure you delete it, okay?
Yeah. She doesn't give a shit.
No. Most of them probably don't. But yeah. Obviously another good race. Good result again for the top three. Good debut for JFD as well. I'd say you did a pretty solid job tonight. You seemed to kind of settle into it. Not too long in, you felt like you were comfortably taking the reins whenever you felt, and yeah.
Just tried to provide my insight as best I could. So
that's exactly it, though, right? Like, I've got the play-by-play handled. Like, we just need someone to come in and just talk about driving the car. It's just nice to have. We have various drivers fill in week to week with me, and sometimes I just go on my own. Doesn't really matter, but yeah, it's nice to have a variety of opinions, and it's just kind of a good way to familiarize like the community and the fans with all of the drivers as well, because you see the names every week on tier 1 broadcast, tier 2 broadcast, but you get the guys in the booth and you go, okay, like now I can see why JFD does so well out on track, because he knows his shit. The way he's talking in the booth, he knows what he's talking about. Like, it's good for building the whole thing, really. It's not just it's good for maybe you get some fans.
You'll never see me in the booth.
What's that?
yeah,
if you need to be talking about knowing what to do out there, you shouldn't have. I will never be in the booth.
Yeah, you can handle it. It's not that bad. Oh, you mean like using the brakes?
Yeah, I know my shit. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, maybe not the best expert to bring.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but honestly, like anybody that I know that most of the guys watching are people from our league, but anybody that's part of the league that's interested in trying it, you can definitely give it a shot. Sorry, I'm tired. Very long days lately.
The only requirement is a PS4 in F1 2019.
Well, yeah. I mean,
soon to be 2020. A couple more months.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, I mean, there's probably be more opportunities for commentary as things go. I know if we get back to our Saturday full length races, those are wide open. Like, I can't do them anymore, so pretty much anybody can hop in and run that. Like, I don't think we even have like a main broadcaster for those right now, so literally anybody can give it a shot. I'll tell you right now, it's a marathon. Make sure you've wet your whistle before you jump in the booth, because your throat will dry out after 2 hours.
So top three, any final thoughts on the race?
I was happy that I finished on track ahead of Arrow.
Where did you actually finish there?
He was talking about tire strategy and stuff. He's kind of giving everybody a hard time. Oh, you're all right, Pitt. And then he kind of blew it at the end. So it was nice to see that Arrow is human.
Arrow is human.
But
his freakish strategy didn't work tonight. First time he did that in Hungary, I was blown away. It was like last season. I was like, this motherfucker, he's gonna one stop.
It's easier in Hungary.
Oh, I know it's easier in Hungary. Like, cause
it's pretty hard here.
Yeah, that's exactly it though. Like, when you did it in Hungary, I was like, okay, I can kind of see it. But here, I was like, really, here? Like, you're gonna do it here? I don't know.
But on Monday, I it was secured to do it because of the lobby restart.
Oh yeah, true. The fresh tires gave you like that little extra boost. That's true.
But I mean, still, this lobby, I got to the same point.
Yeah.
I didn't feel like I was losing time too, so.
Well, we definitely gotta wrap this up. It's 10 o'clock. I just realized these interviews have been dragging on a little bit, and we've already been on the air. Well, we tried to go on the air 3 times, but just the fact we're usually done around 9:30 and it's 10 o'clock, so let's wrap it up.
Like it was a rain race, right? The longer.
Was it? I thought it was gonna rain the whole day, like the whole session. It looked like it was gonna rain. It just never did.
Oh, it got sent. It got set at overcast, so it would have stayed that
Okay.
whole time. It was like, oh my god, the first lobby was dry.
Oh, so they made it overcast because everyone said it was dry.
Yeah.
All right. I don't think it really matters. Like, if everyone agrees to it, it's fine. But the first lobby didn't really matter because it didn't exist. Half the people didn't get into it. Same with every other lobby they tried to get into. Right? So
Yeah,
one person
The
goes
second
and says
one,
the
they're
weather's
like,
dry,
oh, it was dry. I'm like, I didn't see the weather, so.
Nope. Like, yeah. I'd say the only time you should really set the weather is when, like when you're redoing mid session, like quality's done and it was going to be dry, then make the race dry. Whatever, something like that. But whatever, we'll figure that shit out. This stuff doesn't happen terribly often anyway, so it's not like it's going to be something that needs to be like, we need a plan. It's not a big deal.
Somebody raised a fair point that maybe it would be wise for everybody to restart their PlayStation, 10 minutes before race.
I do every time.
You do?
Every single week at 7:50, I restart my system and I reboot my internet. I just get everything on a fresh slate, just to make sure that there's no ghosts in the machine, because that's what it seemed like. There was a ghost in the machine in the first 3 sessions. Like someone couldn't log into it, and it worked the 4th time. Anyways,
Before you guys. Oh, all right.
No, go ahead.
All right. I was just gonna say, before we leave, what a race, guys. I mean, it was just a really good race. Arrow, I thought you were gonna win, but I got lucky, I guess. Snatched it off. GP probably should have won. It was like me last week, but yeah, with a penalty. And shout out to Axton, though. Shout out to Axton. He stayed there, but I don't know what happened at the end. I'm not sure what happened.
Him and Ryan
pushing
spun.
too hard.
Oh, okay.
I think the hairpin, somewhere around there.
Yeah, good racing though, guys. It was a great race.
Yeah, man. Congrats on your win.
Eric.
Good job.
Yep.
All right.
Congratulations. That first one feels good, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
There you go.
I can't believe it.
Go celebrate. That's what I'm
Yeah.
doing.
I hope you've got
Champagne
champagne.
or beer flowing.
Yeah. It's some baby duck. Anyways, I'm gonna wrap up the broadcast. That's it for Tier 2 this week. We just raced the German Grand Prix, and next week we are at Baku, so that should be a fun one across all tiers. We should have another 100% race this weekend now that the charity event from last weekend is over. So it should be back to 100% Grand Prix this week. I think it would be Canada. I think that would have been next,
Canada.
right?
That's correct.
Okay.
It would.
Cool.
'Cause no one showed up to Monaco.
I wish I could do that. Damn. But yeah, so Saturday should be Canada 100%. That'll be in the afternoon sometime. Hopefully we can get that broadcast for you. But if not, we will have EU on Sunday at 5 p.m. Eastern, and that will be broadcast. So we will see you then. Thanks for tuning in, and have a good night.
Have a good